Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Confessional, brought to you by the Reservoir Frogs. Tonight, our players are going to weave a tale of high ambition and low morals as they answer a series of questions, some of which brought by you, the audience. Now, before we got this show started tonight, we got a couple of suggestions for you, and I'm about to lay those out for our players. Our location tonight is a camping ground. Their object is a hand, and their relationship is bored aristocrats. Once again, this is Confessional, brought to you by Reservoir Frogs.
So Daddy decided to send me to camp. Oh, my name is Garibald Artemis Sr. I don't know why he decided to add senior to my name since I don't have a son yet. Perhaps he's expecting me to carry on the family line anyway. So I'm at this camp with these other kids, and I mean, we're not really kids, we're more like young adults getting ready to start our lives. We've already graduated high school. But anyway, so he sent me to this camp and now I'm outside and I just want to go and play my flute at Juilliard and not have to worry about being my father's successor.
I'm Jacob Eunice. My Aunt Gertrude put it in the will that I have to attend summer camp like her and Uncle Bartholomew did when they were kids. My God, I had lacrosse camp this summer, okay? How am I supposed to be on the UCLA lacrosse team if I don't make lacrosse camp? I'm going to get myself thrown out. That will show her.
Hi, I'm Madison Thiessen. I am so excited about camp this year. I know I haven't told a lot of people yet, but I am the student director of the horse section this year, and I cannot wait. Like, do you know how many years of horseback riding lessons I've been taking to get this position? I just, I'm so excited. So, yeah, camp is going to be so great this year. And I cannot wait to meet some of the new guys.
Garibald Artemis Sr. I'm going to a damn camp instead of playing my flute, and it pisses me off.
Jacob Eunice, why do I have to go to camp in this middle of nowhere? I was supposed to be playing lacrosse this summer.
Madison Thiessen, I cannot wait for camp this year. It's going to be so much fun teaching all these guys how to ride horses. So today was the first day of camp, and we had, well, I'd say there's about 100 people total this year. So not the biggest year, not the smallest year. Definitely the most people that this little tiny town has ever seen. So, it's great for their economy, is what they tell me anyways. So there's a lacrosse group this year, and there's a rugby group, there's a sailing group. I think that's all the sports groups. Those are all the ones that I like the most. Anyways, so there's so many new guys. There's definitely, well, I mean, it's if they're 50 of the students are guys, so I couldn't possibly list them all to you. But if I had to start, I would start with well, there's Jacob. He's the lacrosse one, and he doesn't really want to be here. So that makes me kind of sad, but I think I'm gonna just, I can get him on a horse.
Well, UCLA was really kind of a backup school for me. All right. I had some more Ivy League ambitions, but well, there was an incident senior year, and there were some articles published, and well, Aunt Gertie made them all go away, right? But admissions people are just the worst plebs. I mean, seriously, I have a future in this sport. Thankfully, people at UCLA understand the value of me, and they understand the value of cold hard cash.
Of course I got accepted. What do you think? That my father just forced them to accept me by giving them lots and lots of money? I mean, of course he donates to them every year, and he bought a new wing to their entire facility. But I got in on my own recognizance. I can play the flute damn well, and don't you say otherwise. I am offended, sir. Offended. Do you hear me? I am offended.
All right. So today was the first day of actual activities, and I had my first group of guys that I got to teach how to ride horses. And okay, look, I know that I grew up riding horses, and from everyone else in my community, it sounded like that was a pretty standard thing that people knew how to do, especially, when we're a little more wealthy than the rest of the world. And I don't think these guys have ever seen a horse ever in their life. So it didn't go well. There was some kicking and some crying and some mud everywhere. And then we had to go get on the horses, and it was just a mess. And I don't know. I was just really hoping that one of the guys would already know how to do it, and then we could just, get married someday, and then I wouldn't have to teach a camp anymore.
I didn't lose a horse, okay? I set that fucker free. What, you think I don't know how to handle a horse? Oh my God. Uncle Bert? Uncle Bartholomew? Yeah, he made us ride all the time. I mean, hell, he literally owned this camp. It had stables. I just pretended I didn't know what I was doing. God, fucking hate horses. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. So sue me. I'm sure the horse is happier out there, or it was, until it wandered onto the highway and got flattened by a semi.
Well, you see, when I got there, I mean, Madison is cute. I like to call her Maddie. She's cute and everything in sort of a provincial way. But of course I know how to ride horses, and I told you that I was good with the flute. And well, you see, Jacob and I, the progeny of Mr. Bartholomew Umis, the famed man that everybody knows who he is and what he does. You don't know what he does. Well, he sells beans. That's what he does. He's a bean connoisseur. Anyway, Mr. Jacob Umis and I cooked up a plan. See, he wasn't very much attracted to Maddie because he's already got a girlfriend back at home. But I, on the other hand, felt that maybe she was good for a tussle or a roll in the hay while we're at camp. And so we cooked up a plan that the horse would be set free and I would lure it back with my flute. And Maddie would be madly in love. Oh, I just little joke there, Maddie, madly. Yeah. Anyway, Maddie would be madly in love with me, and well, that would be, as you say, how the music rolls on.
So Jeribald played his flute and it somehow lured a horse back. It was amazing. I mean, first of all, I don't think I've ever heard music quite so beautiful. I just am in shock. I mean, it was so good. And then a horse came, and then he was somehow riding it, and that was even more amazing because previously in the day, I don't think anyone in this camp has ever seen a horse before. So that was shocking. He must have had a private lesson or something like that. And he was riding the horse. I didn't get a good look at the horse because I was just taken aback, riding a horse, playing a flute. It was incredible. It was also, interesting. There was a sheep that somehow caught on to the line and was following him too. And a couple dogs from the neighborhood were also following him, and some cats. There was a wolf, just lots of other creatures. But yeah, wow.
I didn't break into a farm. Jeez. There's people for that, I mean, hell. Yeah, the horse got flattened, and yeah, it was Maddie's prized horse. I felt a little bad, so, placed a call to Dad. You know how hard it is to get a horse on short notice in wherever we are, Idaho? Ugh. So yeah, I mean, but you throw enough money at a problem, you can solve anything. I mean, hell, he made the charges go away, so yeah, we borrowed a farm. I don't think the muscle was supposed to take all the animals, but hey, there's a horse. Garibald is riding on it. I think everything works itself out in the end.
Well, things are going swimmingly. Maddie and I are supposed to meet behind the horse barn later this evening after bed call. And things are obviously going in the direction that I'm hoping for. And I have a little ditty that I decided that I'm going to play for her this evening. See, so just like the horse, I'm hoping that will lure her to me even more than she's already lured. But indeed, what I have planned, I'm bringing a blanket, and of course, I had my man pack me all of the appropriate camping materials, such as a canister of caviar and a round of brie and a nice French loaf. And so we're going to have a nighttime picnic with champagne. Yes.
So me and Jerry were out on a date, and things were going great. First of all, I never expected that I'd be moving to Juilliard next year, but I guess that's what's gonna happen. Uh, so that's exciting. The day was going really well. We were just eating some cheese and some caviar behind the barn, nothing shocking around here. But well, then there were sirens and they were going towards the horse barns. I was a little, I'm not officially like a counselor or anything like that, but I'm in charge of the horses this year, so I thought I should go look. And well, there's Jacob getting arrested. That was weird. I hadn't seen him all day, actually. Actually, I haven't. Now that I think about it, I haven't seen him since the failed horse class. So I don't know where he went. But I don't really care, I guess. And yeah, he, what? Why was he arrested though?
Marijuana, tons of it, ditch full of it. I mean, the feds don't know the difference. I tell you, once I get brought up on these charges, no way am I gonna have to go back to this camp, right? Like, I can't see how this plan could possibly fail. I mean, I just feel sorry for the podunk suckers that have to stay here. I mean, God, who runs this place? Like, it's just okay for the camp counselors to be bunking the 17-year-old students? I mean, God, maybe I should have stayed.
So apparently you can't have a live-in at the Juilliard dormitories. I hadn't planned on things going quite the way that they did, but uh, Maddie got pregnant and I was forced honorably to marry her, at least in so much as that my family would be on the hook for any of the children that we had. Uh, it didn't last very long. The apparently the flute playing wore off. The lure wore off as soon as we got kicked out onto the street, and she asked for a divorce. And of course, it ruined my family. She took us for half of the entire family worth. I didn't know that that was possible. My father disowned me, and now I guess I'm playing my flute for a living as I wished, but it's busking on the streets of Cleveland.
So after camp, things didn't go so great for Jerry. Well, I mean, I did get pregnant and I had a baby. We had a baby. Sorry. Well, we got a divorce pretty quick. It was pretty clear that things weren't going to last. So, I got half his family's money, and you know what? I just decided I'm gonna buy my own horse camp. And me and my daughter, we're gonna ride horses and teach people to ride horses for the rest of our life, and it's going to be great. I mean, this is truly the reason that we go to camp.
All right, and that was Confessional, brought to you by Reservoir Frogs. Your players tonight: Andy Christians, Adam Bouts, and Jennifer Benusa. Thank you, everyone, and good night.